All right, I'm back. It's me again. I couldn't. I Not enough is said about Vottun. Okay, Vottun is a big deal, guys. Vottun seems like an obscure name, right? Just they happen to be working with QUBIC, right? A big AI blockchain, but Vottun has worked with some big people, right? I.e., Stellar. Stellar is stellar. It's a big deal, right? Back in 2001, Barcelona and San Francisco. Right? Earlier this year, the Central Bank of Spain and the Monetary Authority of Spain and Directorate General for Insurance and Pension Funds announced that Spanish startup Vottun was selected to participate in the Spanish regulatory sandbox. Today, the SDF announced a grant of up to $850K to help Vottun showcase its stellar-powered Vottun for intra-company cross-border payments. Right, I'll link this in the description below so you can read it yourself. Right, I'm not gonna just dictate it. They do have a token that was recently put out. It's only a month and 12 days old. And it's on base, so it's very cheap, easily accessible, very low volume, so it's very risky. Super early, but look at this, 118,000 market cap. Look at this price. Look at this price. Let's see here. Look at it. Go to the Explorer. 625 million supply. All right. It's gonna have a major utility for the ecosystem. They're gonna be drawing in developers, and they plan on drawing in at least 1 million developers into Web3, right? And where are they gonna get 1 million developers? They're gonna get these Web3 developers from Web2 with what they're building, right? Vottun is building a bridge not just for QUBIC, right, from other bridges, but from Web2 to Web3. All right, so what I'm gonna share, there's always alpha, right? I'm gonna share a piece of an interview that's about a month old, right? It's an interview with the CEO and co-founder of Vottun. He's gonna talk about their how they're gonna onboard, the next chunk of developers into Web3, and think about how that ties into QUBIC and what they're doing. All right, let's have a listen.
Walk us through like how the new activities like the onboarding will work from now on. I mean, why is such like a game changer for user and developers adoption?
Sure. So as our community knows, our mission, and I repeat that so many times, our mission is really to onboard as many builders as we can in Web3. The challenge that the Web3 industry has is that there is still not so much massive adoption because there are still a lot of applications that will improve with blockchain technology, but they are not using blockchain technology. And I think that the gap for that, that is happening is that developers in general, they don't know much about blockchain. So we still are in the phase of really educate the people in general, how they can use this blockchain technology. And this is something that we have been able to also to chat with different partners from the industry in all the events or international events that we are attending, like Ethereum Denver or the last token 2049 in Dubai, right? So we still lack a lot of users that they have a more deeper knowledge on what the Web3 ecosystem is, and we lack more developers that they know how to program in Web2, but they don't know exactly how still to use Web3 technology in their application. So in order to do that, when we were saying, okay, how we bring more users to become not just regular crypto curious, as we can call them, but really power users that they really know more and they can get more involved and more engaged in all the Web3 opportunities that are out there. And exactly the same for developers, how we are able to get these developers that are crypto curious to give them some fast track so they feel confidence to start exploring and building in Web3. So just to answer these questions is how we're thinking, how we can use the activities that we were using for airdrops at the Vottun token launch in order to help us with that mission. And we find out that it could be really, really useful. And with our partners, what we have defined is that, and this is what we will start with Base, is that we can create this fast track kind of battle pass activities. So people are engaged, they learn at the same time that they learn how to become more efficient and more empowered in these Web3 applications or projects, that they also can get rewards. So they can start testing by themselves what this the Web3 community and tokenization of the economy means, so that they can start staking some of the tokens that as they learn what this staking is in a specific protocol or something like that. So I think that our proposition is to use these activities to really bring more users and more developers to the Web3 industry. And so far, as we know that this is still a problem for blockchains and other Web3 partners, we find a very good reception. So we are really using these activities to really put together or solve a problem that is in the industry, and also bring more users to Vottun platform to solve that problem.
Okay, perfect. I mean,
all right. Given all of that being said, just a month ago, right? And Vottun has been just posting nonstop recently about updates of the QUBIC bridge, their token being on Aerodrome. You can also get the VTN token on Uniswap, right? Aerodrome always acts weird for me. I prefer Uniswap. Yeah, so Vottun's got a bunch of stuff coming. You've got that alpha and that old interview, right? So if you're bullish on QUBIC and you can connect the dots on what Vottun is actually doing, they're not just onboarding people from Solana or Ethereum to QUBIC. They're onboarding all Web2 developers into Web3. Alright, and now you might be asking yourself, well, what's the big deal with onboarding a bunch of Web2 developers into Web3? We have, Web3, we can just get developers, blah, 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 blah. But it only makes sense because there are already millions of Web2 developers out there. And what Vottun is building is going to allow the Web2 developers out there who see the opportunities in Web3, they're going to let them bridge over. They're going to be able to build for Web3 with the skills they already have. And so what kind of skills will they have? Well, I asked Grok just so it can give us a pretty detailed but basic answer, right? So I'm going to read it along with you so we can all just, learn together. All right, I might not read it all word for word because that'll just get too boring, but you'll get the gist of it. I'll post a link to the answer in the description. All right, so the prompt question I asked was, can you tell me why a blockchain needs knowledgeable Web2 developers? All right, blockchain projects need knowledgeable Web2 developers for several reasons. As Alright, in short, Web2 developers bring critical skills in UI, UX, system integration, security, and scalability, which complement blockchain's decentralized back-end and enable robust user-facing applications. Alright. Yeah, that's why Web2 developers are needed for Web3. Alright, and Vottun is making that possible. Alright, it got wordy at the end there, but if you made it this far, hallelujah. If you're bullish on QUBIC, you might want to take a look at the VTN token. You'd be really early. It's only a month old, and yeah, 113,000 or 118k market cap. That would be a crazy come up. All right, good luck to you. Godspeed. See you in the next one.